If you were to roll your lip, you would get a sound like this. If you were to play too tight, you would get a sound like this. But if you were loose and you just let the air start the reed, it would sound something like this. Hey everyone, this is Timlin. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video where I'm going to discuss long tones today. We've heard it our entire lives. Practice long tone. That begs the question, how do you practice long tone? I know tons of people that practice long tones every day that still are not able to get a very good sound on their instrument. And I also know a lot of people that practice long tones every day that get a beautiful sound on their instrument. So the question is, how do you practice long tones correctly? Throughout my 15 years of playing the saxophone and studying with some of the best saxophone players in the world, I figured out a way to teach people how to practice long tones to get the maximum benefits. When you're starting out playing the saxophone, it's really, the tendency is to want to pinch the mouthpiece, bite the mouthpiece, and just get a sound out. But eventually, when you want to sound professional and you want to start sounding more like your heroes, you have to understand the mechanics that go into creating a great saxophone sound. So before doing long tones, you need to understand also how to form a saxophone embouchure. And a lot of people, what they normally do is roll their bottom lips like this. In reality, that is going to pinch off the reed. And I know it's very common for a lot of classical saxophonists to play that way. But if you're a jazz saxophone player and you want a projective sound that is resonant and allows you to play quietly and loudly and have flexibility, you want to try a more flexible embouchure, which in this case is coming from the Joe Allard school. He was the famous saxophone teacher at Juilliard. He taught some of the best saxophone players, including Mike Brecker and a host of others, Coltrane, Steve Grossman. And what he said was basically, you want to let the reed vibrate as much as you can. So if you look closely, when I set my embouchure, I'm not really doing much. I'm just letting the horn slide in my mouth. And I'm literally just floating. It almost feels like I'm floating the mouthpiece. If you were to roll your lip, you would get a sound like this. If you were to play too tight, you would get a sound like this. But if you were loose and you just let the air start the reed, it would sound something like this. My first example is the most basic way to practice a long tone, which is just to put the metronome on and start on high B and hold the first note out 6 beats and the second note out 4 beats and just go down chromatically. And you're going to repeat the note you stopped on. And what you want to do is 5 minutes a day, and that's going to strengthen your embouchure a lot. Check this out. So now that you've seen this example, try doing this every day for a week and notice the benefits you receive in your sound is to help the muscles get stronger in your mouth, because there's all these things, especially the corners of your mouth, that hold the embouchure. When you get tired, the human tendency is to want to pinch and bite the mouthpiece and eventually want to negate that feeling. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for my first YouTube video. I'm really happy to share all my knowledge and hopefully inspire all you saxophone players. If you like what you heard today, please click the like and subscribe button below. And also please reach out to me on Instagram. You can find me at Timlin Bebop. If you would like a copy of my long tones PDF packet, please just send me a direct message on Instagram and I'd be happy to share it with you. Talk to you soon.